Hello and welcome back to the case of the Golden Idol. We, last time, followed the idol through its first finding, and we saw where it had been inherited, and we saw the inheritor die. But now we need to find out, I assume, where the idol goes next. So, let us go to the Cursed Inheritance, Chapter 2, Part 5, The Intoxicating Dinner Party. And let's figure something out. So, do we actually know what we need to do this time? Someone wanted, dead, thus poisoned her, hid the necessary key in her, at the dinner party, ingested the poison, and died. Okay, somebody was poisoned. Let's see who we've got. These sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar and... Little Pip, run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I am back, David. Was Ash Blair not the name of the person from the previous chapter? And in fact, we saw the tobacco back in one of the previous chapters. Interesting. Anyway, I assume that this must then be Pip. Alright. What else have we got here? We have some coats, an overcoat and a hat, an overcoat and a hat, a box of cigars inside, an overcoat and a hat, and in this one, Dear Mary, here is something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley. So we know Peter Batley because Peter Batley was the person who was in an extreme amount of debt, and he got aphorisms from like the as like an inheritance thing, and he was very unhappy about it. Okay, so he's apparently here. What else have we got? Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I'm certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to a dinner on April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley. Oh, he is also around. Interesting. It's about 2 years since we last saw these two. Okay. What else have we got here? Ooh? A syringe with some liquid left in it, hid inside a vase. Well, that'll be the murder weapon then. Okay. Upstairs? Well, this has all gone bad. Is this Rose? I think this is Rose. The lady is not breathing and her face is blotched. A fan. £4. And rings with various gemstones. I think this is Rose from previous. This is Edward Cloudsley? It's poison. Nobody touch a thing and nobody move. I'll send for a doctor right away. He's got a key. And another key. An embroidered handkerchief. What have we got over here? This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Particularly a partially eaten piece of roast, a partially emptied glass of amber liquid, a partially emptied glass of red liquid. We have a partially eaten green salad, along with a partially emptied glass of yellow liquid, a full glass of cloudy liquid untouched, a salad untouched, partially emptied glass of clear liquid, a partially emptied glass of red liquid, a partially eaten piece of roast, a partially emptied glass of cloudy liquid, a partially emptied glass of red liquid, a partially smoked cigar, a partially eaten salad. Okay, interesting. Well, we know you, an embroidered handkerchief. We know her because she must be the person who owns this coat. So she would be Mary Richards. So you are Mary Richards. Wonderful, and then you are Edmund Cloudsley, which we know because we've seen you before. Okay. She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting. £4 and a shilling on him. You killed my aunt, you devil. I should execute you on the spot. Pack of cards, £2 and a fork. Well, that is Peter Batley. Because we've seen him before. Oh my lord, this has nothing to do with me. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey and you will feel better. 2 keys, 1 shilling, a small simple key, and ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, and I will slip you a shilling, Peter. Okay, that's fine. Over here, this clue has been added to the thinking panel. The golden idol is in a safe, I see. Oh. Well, well, Edmund, you seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Brydish. Or Brydish. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins against the honest common folk with your blood, says the final vanguard. Edmund Cloudsley. Once more, you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against us demand amends. The only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice, last chance for repentant serpent, or we'll unleash one of our stewards upon you, the Brotherhood of Masks. So Edmund Cloudsley is the person who now holds the golden idol. I see. So we could assume that Edmund Cloudsley is probably the person who, hired the person to steal the idol in the previous section. Dear uncle, I hear you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you are too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me £300. It is small change to you and I'm desperately in need of it at present. Yours, Peter Batley. We have, due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. There's peptic tonic. Okay. And opium. So, if I go to thinking, is this where does everyone sit? It is indeed. Oh, and we've now got 4 in here. So we've got these, this, and this. Okay. A glass of peptic tonic. Huh. And to avoid drinking. So who didn't have any drink? That's the question. So I think it was head of the table. Yes. So I think head of the table was Edmund Cloudsley. Although I don't want to do this yet because I want to use them in 2 different places. Wait, was there something back here I missed? There is. An opaque bottle labelled water, a roast, a salad bowl, a half-full carafe of amber liquid labelled brandy, a half-full bottle of red liquid labelled wine, an almost full carafe of yellow liquid containing lemons, a half-empty bottle of cloudy liquid labelled peptic tonic. Okay. What have we got here? Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Ralu Cthulhu Starchild. A stack of candles. An ink pot. 3 shillings and 2 pence. 4 shillings and a penny. Will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me again with such. Do not bother me with such nonsense again, EC. The Mademoiselle, or M. Mademoiselle, the laceless count, the besmirched lover of Lusitania. A knife. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances. A pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid, partially empty. Okay. Well, that's creepy. Anything else in here? The door is locked. The door is locked. Oh, we've got more stuff. Dr. Abram Anderton, secret codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider this example. Money as a denominator of value has evolved and changed a lot. Still, in savvy hands, it is a powerful tool. Money has changed hands. Okay. Platonello, Ideal Republic, visions of a utopia with order and structure. Okay. Cool, we will leave this room. What else have we got? We have you. Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not need to read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Well, you must be Brian then. Fantastic. Got some keys, and the dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Please prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dish. Okay. Of course, I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. Dear Ada, I have to use this letter to share good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusation and you will no longer be the target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. So, I mean, you're going to be Ada, and you're going to be Lucia. Okay then. That's fine. Wine. Sealed bottles red liquid labeled wine. A full and sealed bottle with an amber liquid labeled brandy. Mrs. Smith. 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You're responsible for little Pip doing all his errands. Mr. Walker. I'm to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker. I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day. Twice on the days I have visitors. NB. David Goran's job requires that he may arrive or leave during night. No complaining about this. It's just a general note, I'm assuming. So I would assume that that must make you Brian Walker. Okay. Cool. What else have we got? To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. So I'm assuming that means that you are Mrs. Smith. Which must make you Ada Baker. Okay. Door is locked. Porteous, the wise slave. Fables about rulers that make you think. £1 and 2 shillings. Ink. April 7th. Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years. I've loyally worked here. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. So one of them is asking for a raise, presumably Lucia. A sealed paint pot labelled print paint. Down with parasites, too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. Although it could be Mr. Walker, I assume, as well. Ash Blair, so this is David Goran. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. A dagger and a set of lockpicks. Ooh. A bag with 2 keys in it, which look to be copies of other keys. Mattress has a couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. We have a key, a small bottle filled with amber liquid, another key, Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth, and Monkey Man 1 versus Striped Dark Hand. Okay, interesting. So, we know that this one is probably David Goran. We'll just stick in there for now. Beyond that, we're not too sure. Although she was given the book back, right? Yeah, so that must be the book that was in here. So this is her... Wait, no. The book that was... Yeah. So this must be her room, and then this must be... the baker's room. This must be Ada Baker's room, I think. Should then make this Mr. Walker's room and this someone else's room. Okay. Is that we're missing 3 things. I was going to say is that everything, but not quite. Okay. Just a few clues missing. Have we not clicked on this? Ah, there. Parsley eaten salad, is that it? That was the thing on here, but that was not... Yeah, that's not it. I'm very happy I'm playing with the show me where things to click are, because I would be lost at this point. I mean, I'm already lost at this point, and I have the things to click. Nothing in here. Nothing around the outside. So something in here I missed? Oh, maybe these? The door to the outside not locked. Oh. Aha. 3 loaves of bread, some lemons, sack of flour, basket of potatoes, a pair of opaque bottles labelled water, big piece of meat, cut vegetables. Okay. That was not what we needed to find. It was new info, it just wasn't what we needed to find. Door is locked. Okay. See if there's anything else that we've missed somewhere here. There's nothing more outside. We can see, obviously. This one? Might be inside something else is the other thing. We've already looked at these, right? Yeah. Nothing in there. Nothing there, nothing there. Huh. And up here, another one where I'm like, there could be something I've missed. Nope. Do not see it. What does this do again? Oh, it just turns off the dots. I see. Okay. Alright. And then over here... Oh, we've got the desk, of course. Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move to Sebastian's manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. He clearly is unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. Sincerely, Rose Kubert. So, he's asked for help from Rose, and she cannot help him anymore. Also, this is Rose, because we saw her previously. So now we're actually moving on to the point I just realized where we're no longer just using information from the current thing. We have to make assumptions based on previous ones that we've seen. So we wouldn't know that was Rose under any other circumstance necessarily, but because we've seen Rose in the previous one, we know it's Rose. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to the colonies where his violent nature will make him feel at home. I hear you are having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father, Lothar. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventure in the colony so we can ship him away. Sincerely, Rose Kubert. Well, this must then make you Lothar Richards. Wait, there we go. Lothar Richards. Hip, I'm still not sure about. Mrs. Baker, starting date 1787 August 1st. Position housemaid, yearly wage £9. Okay. Is that everything? It is everything. So who is Pip? Let's go to Pip again. Little Pip, run to the city and grab me some ash flare, tobacco, and a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I'm back. David. Okay. So, yeah, this is someone's room. Okay, so someone was given the task of looking after Pip. It was you, right? No. Was it you? No. There we are. Okay. You're responsible for little Pip doing all of his errands. Could we assume that Pip might be the son? I mean, if we look at what Pip's wearing, right? It looks like he's noble. Doing his errands implies he lives here, which would mean he's probably either Edmund Cloudsley, he's probably a Cloudsley child, or he's a Kubert child. Let's assume he's a Cloudsley child. Let's assume he's a Kubert child. Ah. Pip. I have no idea who you are. If I got the rest of them right. You're right, you're right, you're right. You're right, you're right. You're right, you're right, you're right. Unless I got those two wrong. Let me just confirm here. So no heavy food for dinner, 2 eggs. You're responsible for Pip doing his errands. You'll be woken up. I expect rooms to be cleaned every day. So you're also cleaning as well. Yeah, and you're cooking. So yeah, I think those two have to be right. So now, the question is, who is Pip? Who wrote this? EC wrote this. Little Pip doing all of his errands. Could be Pip Smith. Could be Pip Smith. Let's continue looking around a little bit here. Downward parasites. There's paint there. Fables that make about rulers that make you think. Dear Diary. Okay, spent most time in preparation. Do believe the time has come to ask for a raise. Okay, so this is David Goran's one, which we know because we've seen everything before. This one is the one with the scandalous stuff. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. So that's them saying, it's this pair of dolls. Interesting. So this is the Laceless Count. Yeah, so we're assuming this is Lucia Smith's room, right? Then this one. Remember to take the fourth one from every row. Star Child, stack of candles, an ink pot, 3 shillings and 2p. I'm still questioning who exactly Pip is, if I'm honest with you. Remember to take the fourth one from every row? Fourth word from every row, maybe? Got the golden idol in there. Yeah. Just seeing what we've got here. I don't know if any of those ones sound like they're related to Pip. That's what I want to find out. Does any of these people look related to Pip? No. Well. Does he look like anyone? He's got an expensive cigar. Where would he have got an expensive cigar? Well, when he went and bought some cigar for David. But maybe that means that he is David's child, which would make him Pip Walker? I think so, right? Oh wait, David. David asked him to do it. Oh wait, no, David Goran. Would that make you Pip Goran? Could you be Pip Walker? No, I'm just guessing. Smith. Baker? Who are you? Are you perhaps a Batley? Are you perhaps a Richards? Who are you, Pip? It is Rose Kubert. Okay, I have no idea who Pip is. Pip could be anyone. Does this mean that he's Pip Pear? Oh no, a couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. Interesting. Okay. And wait a second. That's that. Alright then. Alright. Sure. This is little Pip's room, because it can't be anyone else's. This is Lucia Smith's room. We think she's been there longer than Ada Baker, which would make this Brian Walker's room. Yes. Okay. That seemed correct. This is Edmund Cloudsley's dinner. Okay, that much we know, because Edmund Cloudsley does not, or he has to drink this liquid thing. Oh, this could also be it. Oh no, he was told not to drink alcohol, right? It doesn't mean he's not, but he was told not to. Just jump in between these for a second until I can find the one that I wanted. It was in here somewhere. Failed to answer the requisition. The revolution will soon be against you. There we go. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before drinking to avoid upsetting your digestive system. Before eating, sorry. To avoid upsetting your your system. Okay, that's fine. We got here a partially smoked cigar. So, he bribed somebody to, so he said, ensure the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner and I'll slip you a shilling. Does he have a shilling? He does. So the beautiful lady is sitting next to him. Which means that the beautiful lady is either here or here, right? Well, I don't know. So we're assuming that this one is... This one's going to be Edward, because it's clear liquid, and clear liquid was water, right? Yeah. Then peptic tonic. So that made sense. You've got yellow liquid. Yellow liquid is lemons. Do you know anything about any of the rest of you? Well, actually we could make an assumption. Because, well, no. I was thinking because she's dead, you could assume that she was the person drinking, she was that one. She was the only person drinking the yellow liquid. But there's also brandy, so it could be either of those. The partially smoked cigar is interesting. So it's somebody who's maybe got a cigar on them? Yeah, let's see what else we've got here. Actually, the cigar was downstairs, wasn't it? It was you. David asked for some ash blair and a bottle of gin. David Gorin asked for some ash blair and a bottle of gin. So is that maybe his? We've got 5. Well, we've got 5 here. So if I go down to you for a second here, David Gorin. Ash Blair Finest Tobacco, set of locks. Yeah, so that's not going to be that either. I'm going to figure out who should be sitting next to each other. We got some notes here, right? No heavy food for dinner. Expect all the rooms to be cleaned. You. Prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Mitchards appears to not enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dish. Okay. Still trying to figure out who exactly, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out who exactly is drinking what. I feel like we've got all the information, it's just presented weirdly. He's got a fork. Wait a second, this is missing a fork. Therefore he has to be sitting there. Fantastic. Wait a second. This one shows a fork on the picture. No, this is fine. That is there. Okay, I understand. It's just rotated. So this is Peter's one. Okay. That doesn't help us too much, because we can assume that one of these two is going to be where Mary Richards is. But at least it lets us place him. Because she does not like meat. So it leaves us a partially eaten salad. Partially eaten salad. Okay. Well, if he's drinking this, we have to assume... Well, we don't know how she was poisoned, but we have to assume that Rose is sitting here, right? The reason we have to assume that is that's the only one that now has a unique drink. Lothar Richards could be sitting here, and he is an older person. So potentially it makes sense that he would also have some of that drink. And then this would make this Mary Richards. Red means you've got it horribly wrong. Oh no. Wait a second. You could assume that Edmund is also here actually. We know that Peter is correct, because that's where the knife is from. Okay. What else have we got here? Seeing what anyone else has on them. Okay. Look at this again. Horse eating a bit of that. The cigar is interesting. So it's cloudy liquid, a full glass of cloudy liquid. And then clear liquid. See, I assumed that meant that that had to be his seat. Because he's not drinking. But he could also... Yeah, because he's not drinking. Or he shouldn't be drinking, according to this. But he could also be drinking, but... I mean, we can't really use that, right? Like, that he could be drinking. Doesn't tell us anything. Go down here. What did we have in this one? There's 2 keys, huh? Okay. Yeah, nothing in there. 2 wines and a brandy. Yeah, she doesn't enjoy meat, so prepare some alternative side dish. Okay. What have we got in here? Overcoat and a hat. So whoever was wearing this one likes cigars, the blue coat. Do we know who that belongs to? Well, we know that this is Miss Richards. We know that this should be Rose, right? Because of the bow in it. We can assume, actually, because this is placed next to Miss Richards, that has to be Lothar. Yeah, that has to be Lothar. Right? That makes sense to me. Because Lothar would have come in at the same time, so he would have put his coat next to her. Right? Means that this is Mary Richards. Which means he didn't drink any of that. It meant that they weren't trying to poison Rose, they were trying to poison Edmund. Aha! They weren't trying to poison Rose, they were trying to poison Edmund. This is Rose. Okay. Brian Walker wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. We know this because we found the note in here saying, like, you know, the revolution has come for you. And then in his room, we've got him asking for a raise and fables about rulers that make you think, and too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat, right? So he wants him dead. So that makes sense. And thus, someone poisoned the... Where are we? It's got to be here somewhere. Wasn't lemonade? Oh, tonic. There we go. Poisoned the tonic. Yeah, and hid the necessary key in A. Well, the necessary key to access the tonic? That must be a blue key, right? Because it's in here. So we're looking for somebody who has a blue key. I mean, he has a blue key on him, doesn't he? He does. Well, where did he hide the necessary key? See, you're meant to kind of look at these and go, okay. That's fine. So he hid the necessary key somewhere. We got well, let me have a look at that key again. 2 ridges, one there, one there. Is it outside? Yeah. So, in the bag. In a bag. So who actually poisoned him? Was it David Goran who poisoned him? Was it Little Pip who poisoned him? Yeah, who actually did the who actually did the poisoning? I would have to assume it was him who did the poisoning. See what else we've got in here. You've also got the blue key on. So they both got the blue key on them. So they both had access. What else have we got in here? So yours I don't think is anything. It's a love potion, which isn't the same thing. You were doing some plotting and things, but I don't think it's you either. Yeah. Wine and brandy. Just seeing what we've got here. We could guess at this point, but I don't want to guess. I want to know who it is and work it out. You don't have the key. Well, the only person who can access this is David Garn, right? Because that's outside his place. In which case, it was David Garn. Is that correct? I don't know. Where's... I think it was you. The scroll is not filled in. Oh no. That's horrible. That means we have multiple things wrong. We know it's the tonic. Do we know this? Then we can assume this based off some of what we've seen. Other people wanted him dead though. We go to this thing. Yeah, so we don't have that. It could say this person. Many friends will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Other Hooter masks. Yeah. It could be that George Brydish. Yeah, let's say this. Let's say actually, instead of it being Brian Walker is the one who did the poisoning because he has the blue key, which would then mean it was George Brydius who wants him dead, which would then mean it could be Final Vanguard as well. Actually, it could be Final Vanguard. Let's say it's Final Vanguard wanting him dead. Yeah, so Brian Walker did that, and he hit the necessary key in a bag? Mattress? Oh no. Okay, what about if it's George? Georgie. Was it George? Nope. Okay. I'm sure that this part is right? I'm sure blank blank wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. Because he was the one who was meant to drink it. Okay, let's go back a second. Yeah, so you have a blue key, right? You have a blue key. You have a blue key. And then there is the blue key outside in the bag. Right? This is the blue key. So, we can assume, actually, based upon that it was hidden in the bag. And somebody put it there. Who I still think might be... I still think that might be David Garn. Because that's where the bag is, right? If we look at this right here, the bag is out, although it's not outside his window. Could be whoever's here. So this is Lucia, right? Oh no, that's Ada Baker. So why would you want him dead? I don't think there's enough to say that she wants him dead. Although she does have a note about ciphers. So maybe she does. Wait, who wrote that note to her? May our Lord steward over our poor souls. March 4th. March 4th. March 6th. When did this one get written? April 2nd. So what if George Brydish decided to have him killed? I don't know if that lines up. When was this? It doesn't have a thing on it. This gets kind of generic. This one's a specific person wants him dead, right? Yeah. Although it might not actually be a wanton dead situation. Yeah. So wait a second. So this is Baker started 1787 August 1st. Yeah. So when were these written? April, January, February. I'm sure it's not you. Yeah. I'm sure it's not you. So we can eliminate her. I don't think it's Lucia Smith. I don't think then it's David Gorin. Well, I think it has to be Ada Baker. Poison the tonic. Yes, because the only person who has access to the bag, if everything is as it looks, is Ada Baker, right? Because she's the only person with a window that she could reach this bag. So this has to be Ada Baker. So she is the one who poisoned the tonic. So who was she working for? This is interesting. So the judge decided to remove all accusations, and you'll no longer be the target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when... Wait a second. Remember to take every fourth one from every row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use, substance, 2, remove, target, sincerely, dark hand, steward? Is that right? Dark hand steward? Yes. It was dark hand steward? I did it. Haha. Ada Baker received encoded instructions from Darkhand Stewart to poison Edmund Cloudsley. She used her ability to move freely throughout the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the key to the medicine cabinet. She used a syringe to poison a sealed peptic tonic bottle. However, during the party, Rose asked for tonic and drank it first and died from the poison. Aha! So now we have the explosive events in the forest cabin. Let's go. So, henchman for hire in Timberbrook region. Billy Cracker. Can I undo? I can reorganize, right? Yes, okay, thank you. Hardy Abe. So he is Oakwood Gang Brawler Robert. Hardy Abe, Burkham Workhorse. Brawler has a cart. Little Billy, Hobbs Gang, Burglar enters through chimneys. Jack Nails, Timberbrook Inn, Burglar Picklock. Okay. Well, we have a lot of names. Box of confectionery and some hats. Okay. Anything else out here? I don't see anything. Okay. Oh, things are definitely, yeah, heating up here. Go coin go. Well, this is Little Pip. Oh, by the gods, what was that? Little Pip is Lucia's son. I've already forgotten her second name. Smith? Okay. Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. The infamous gentleman robber Walter Keane, with a number of unnamed associates, held up a coach on the southern road leading out of Westbrook. The scoundrel robbed their passengers of all their valuables, kissed a young lady, and left. This is already the 5th robbery by the infamous gentleman who, as is his custom, appeared wearing an impeccable suit and a new hat in the latest city style. The reward for catching Walter Keane has been increased to £100. Are you Walter Keane then? You have a sword, a ring with a ruby, wrapped piece of confectionery, and a loaded pistol. You definitely look like you should be Walter Keane. So for now, I'm going to say that you are Walter Keane. Okay. Well, he's dead. I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I do not want it to be too decayed. The more recently it's died, the better. EC. Oh, this is David Gorin, by the looks of it. One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a cart to move the corpse if you send directions, and be quick before they bury him. I do not want to dig up that stiff. Okay. Interesting. Is that it on here? I missed some. Oh, I missed him. Man is breathing but appears to have lost consciousness. Scarecrow in a wooden coffin. Okay. This? Everyone, you are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of the cabin. Mr. David Gorin, you're in charge of all security and arms. Mrs. Lucia Smith, you will taste any food you cook before it's presented to me. Little Pip, you're in charge of the Black Bestia and Golden Doubloon. Both must be fed daily. Edmund Cloudsley. Okay, well, we've got some people we can put in here, because we know that this is Lucia Smith. We know that this is Little Pip. And we know that this is David Gorin. Okay. Well, we're getting there. Dog. I have to mark who the dog is? Yeah. Go, coin, go, he said. So, Black Bestia and Golden Doubloon. I have to assume that you are Golden Doubloon due to not being a black dog. So let's go with that. Okay, next room. What is happening here? A club. I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10th, Friday in Timberbrook Inn, and bring all your tools and get your share as we agreed. Set of lockpicks, a saw, and a loaded pistol. So let's go back a second. So, that makes him Jack Nails. This is Jack Nails, and the other one. Not sure actually, not sure. Yeah. You could be Billy Cracker, but you could also be Hardy Abe. Okay. Well, there's the idol. Small weight is tied to the pull-down lever at the back of the idol. Okay. Rotten apple and a green apple. Okay. Shard of a vase. What am I looking at here? The door's been broken in? Yes. Oh. A loaded pistol. I see. I know who you are. You are Edmund Cloudsley. Okay. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Vacuum V1. This simply did not work. After I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idol, both air and the vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake. Vacuum V2. Attempted this input and it was a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. Okay. Gold filtering. The target must contain some gold for this to work. Seawater is a suitable target, for example. Okay. However, a great deal of seawater would be required for this to yield any significant amount. Perhaps I should try it on a ship in an open sea. First step, get gold by aiming at the target. Second step, aim at an empty vessel to retrieve it. Okay. Unknown effect 14. If the implications of this are what I surmise, this could be a tremendous discovery. The next step is to progress from fruit to more advanced organic matter. Must ask David to fetch me a dead body for further experiments. This is vitally urgent. Spontaneous combustion. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed the freezing beforehand. Interesting, the speed at which heat is increased appears to be influenced by how strongly I press the trigger and for how long I performed that before it. Freezing. Observation freezing. The target rapidly can create curious side effects. For instance, I should be careful when freezing water in a sealed bottle. It exploded and the glass shards flew everywhere. Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. Its eye is red, it will be ready for that input, and it will turn blue afterwards. The eye is blue, you can only perform this input, and it will turn red afterwards. Okay. We found everything. So I should be able to work out who you are from now, apparently. I don't know why there's a picture of hats, but maybe it's a way of working out who people are. Maybe this guy, he owns the cart, so he's probably out there with the cart. Means Billy Cracker is probably the person who's gone in there. He's a robber. So you... Actually, wait a second. No, never mind. These are just people for hire, right? No, you have to be Hardy Abe, because he's the only other person here. So you are Hardy Abe. Wonderful. Okay. Let's go back to this, because it has all the information I needed on it. Okay, back to you. Back to you, back to you, back to this. So I'm just seeing what we got here. So what do I need to find out? So, what am I putting next to these? Heat, corpse, air, decreased club, water, matter? Yeah, let's try and figure this out. So, freezing is that. So this must be... Well, this must be heat, right? If spontaneous combustion is like that, so this must be heat. Looking at it. Because this one is the one that causes things to go on fire. So that must be heat. Freezing could also be like a... Wait, can I put two words in there? Yeah, I was wondering if I could do heat increased and heat decreased. No, I can't. Okay, we're gonna go heat. Let me go back in here for a second. So gold. This could be gold. Yeah, that could be gold. Yeah. Let's assume... Wait a second. So actually, if we're reading this... No, this is heat. This is heat. That symbol's heat. I understand now. That's heat. This is increased and decreased. That is gold. There we go. What else have we got in here? That could be matter. Yeah, that could be organic matter. Do we have to do that one? Nope. Okay. So decrease the amount of air. So this is decrease. This is decrease and that is air. Yeah, decrease air. Where's air? That's air. And the last one we need is that symbol right there. Which must be water, because it's talking about water. So that must be water. It's not water then. Gold, air, heat, I think are correct, right? Let me double check this. Yes, that's going to be heat. I'm trying to think what this could be. Because this is heat. Yeah, this is increase heat something. Okay, is there any other ones that use that symbol? No, this is increase... Well, this isn't heat then. No, this isn't heat. This can't be heat. Yeah, because it's used in both of them. This has to be heat then. This has to be heat. So this must be like the specific thing that's being heated. Which in this case would be... It could be matter, right? Could be matter? Yeah, okay. Just a generic heat, whatever is in front of me. Okay. So this is... Okay. Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. David Gorin. Well. Okay, no, this is Walter Keane, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. Upon entering, someone suddenly, something. Meanwhile, they mount in a sealed thing. Upon entering, someone suddenly exploded, clubbed, stabbed, or shot. Someone. So we could assume... Have you been shot, do we reckon? Or have you been clubbed? I think you've not... I don't think you've been shot. I think you've been clubbed across the back of the head. Which would mean that Hardy Abe suddenly clubbed David Gorin. Meanwhile... Meanwhile, something else happened. They mount in a sealed... I have to assume that this is Edmund Cloudsley exploded the amount of water in a sealed vase when Hardy Abe and Jack Nails entered the room. The vase exploded and killed them both. But that's not correct, though. He froze. Edmund Cloudsley decreased. I'm seeing what my other options are here. So I was thinking they might have water in a sealed vase. Is it exploded? Then it exploded? That doesn't seem right. No, so this word's wrong, I think. Well, let me just test. Is that word wrong? Yeah, so that word I think is still wrong. So I think it's one of these words. So he decreased the amount of water? That doesn't seem right. In a sealed vase. Let me go back to this. Air? Is that actually air? In a sealed vase? Because there's no water in it, right? He says, for example, freezing water in a sealed bottle exploded and glass shards flew everywhere. So we're going to assume that this is air. And then increase the amount of air? Aha! To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret forest cabin, gentleman robber Walter Keane pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. On entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap with the idol that killed 2 of the intruders. Wonderful. Ooh, and a new thing. Then, Sir Coroner, the bandits accidentally set off my master's laboratory chemical ingredients. What happened afterwards? I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master, Lord Edmund Cloudsley, got caught in the blast which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died. Bless his soul. Oh, so he's died. I see. Wait a second. Look at that image there, right? Wait a second. Wait, where am I? No, that's... I thought there was this guy for a second there. I was like... He doesn't look a million miles away. Wait a second. Maybe it is him. It could be. It could be. I don't think it is, but... That would make things intriguing. I mean, Edmund did end up with a thing, so that could be David Gorin. Let me go to previous David Gorin. When we first saw him. That could be It definitely could be. Has he got anything on him? He does have a dagger on him. Wait a second. If I go back here and then go forward, you had the dagger on you as well, right? Aha! I think this is David. That is David. In fact, that is David Gorn. Oh, now things are starting to fall into place. The narrative throughout the stuff. What is this? I got very confused. Okay. Well, next time we're gonna jump into Chapter 3, The Ascent. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.